Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. I fantasize daily about living in a post-apocalyptic world like Fallout, and I'd be happier if it happened. End of story. Next story. I am 33 and I still pretend that I use the Force to open automatic doors as I approach them. End of story. Next story. I plan to kill myself on October 30, 2019. On October 30 of 2018. I was at a very dark point in my life and I made a pact with myself that if I still want to kill myself a year later, I'll do it. But I'm not allowed to do it before then. That really pushed me to seek help and actually try to get better, and by around August or June, I was okay and I was happy, and it honestly felt amazing. Every time I felt like there was no escape, I told myself that I just have to wait until October. When the end of October eventually rolled around, I realized that I actually had a lot to live for. I was scared that I was going to do it. But I had reasons to live. I had a lot of self-confidence. I had amazing friends. And I had an amazing soul. I still have all of those things. I realize now that if I had gone through with it, I would have missed out on so much. It sounds kind of messed up. But I'm glad I did that because it allowed me to know how to get better and actually experience what being okay is like. I've never told anyone about this, and I didn't think I was going to ever put this confession anywhere. But here it is. Edit. I just want to say thank you to everyone who took the time to comment on this post. Every kind word and shared story really does mean a lot to hear and is very impactful to anyone reading it, including myself. I never expected to receive this much support. There are a lot of good people in this world and I wish you all well. End of story. Next story. Wherever a stranger pets my dog, I always tell them that he never lets strangers do that. He's actually really friendly. I just want them to feel special. End of story. Next story. I just took the first step to sobriety. I have been a heavy drinker since I was around 15. Over 10 years later, and it is a very slippery slope. I just came back from the doctor's surgery. It was the first time I have ever been honest about my units of consumption. He has taken bloods to send off to check for any damage. And I'm going back this afternoon for some pills that he said will help my nerves with the withdrawal. He has also referred me to a psychologist to see if the alcohol consumption is the problem or the symptom. Feels good getting that off my chest. Wish me luck. End of story. Next story. I need to start demanding more respect for myself. I let people use me and walk all over me. I do everything for them and they just keep taking. Parents, siblings, all other loved ones. It's not fair and I'm fed up. I am a person. You don't own me. End of story. Next story. Alcohol having calories is the only thing stopping me from going back to alcoholism. Title. End of story. Next story. I constantly feel left out. I wish people would ask me to hang out. If I'm not the one asking and trying to organize something, then I'm completely left out of any events that the people around me enjoy. It's just tiring. I want someone to think of me for once. End of story. Next story. Finally not a virgin anymore. I f 20s. Don't have anyone to talk to right now. So I'll say it here. I thought I would die as a virgin, but somehow a very patient guy invested enough time in me to help me overcome my fears. So it finally happened yesterday after we talked about it for weeks. All my life I imagined it would be with a boyfriend, or that I would have to be tipsy or drunk. But now I know I'm free to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Edit. I can't believe the positivity everyone is showing in the comments. Never in my life did I think I would deserve that. End of story. Next story. I'm a graphic designer, not a web developer, and my boss kept asking me to make us a website, so I did. I have very limited knowledge of HTML and CSS. I maintain our main website in WordPress, but she wanted a whole new website for one of our products. It didn't make much sense, but I started working on it anyway. I started with a template and edited that to match our theme, and I wanted them to give me the text to use. That would have been the end of it. But no. They wanting to add changes and move stuff around. I don't know how to do that. So I finally lost it today after being asked for like the 10th time. Is this done yet? Quote. I took an 8-page product guide, converted that into an image, and used that image as the entire homepage of the website. My boss has a business degree and she doesn't know how these things work, so she'll probably say, "Thanks you." Quote. About to let her know I'm done. End of story. Next story. How I accidentally committed the ultimate taboo. No spoiler title. I was staying at my then girlfriend Euro's apartment while they were fixing the water heater in my flat. To thank her, I did a lot of the washing up and cooking while she went to her job in evenings at a restaurant Robin Williams co-owned. See my other most popular post for that story. One night I decided to make her a romantic meal as a surprise for when she got home. While cooking, I found out this unlabeled jar among her spices. Thinking it was maybe pepper or ground cardamom, I took the top off, wet my finger and had a taste. It tasted like fish flakes. Or so I assumed from my experiences feeding my fish as a youth. Again I wet my finger and had a taste, trying to identify what it was. I assumed the fishy flavor was some spice for Thai food or something like that and put it back among the spices. That night when my girlfriend came home, we were eating and I thought I'd ask her what was in the mysterious jar. She explained that she went to a wake for a band manager and they gave the jars out as party favors, per the deceased Euro's request. The contents of the jar? Why, it was the band manager Euro's ashes. And thought Euro's how I became an accidental cannibal. Update. For those of you who think this is fake, go taste some human ashes and tell me they don't Euro-tea taste like fish flakes Euro. Eat Euro's a pretty specific taste. I do retract that it was a former Motley Crue band manager Euro. I know it was some 80s hair band, but I forget. Also, this girl broke up with me 24 times in 2 years, so that should have been my first sign she was fucking crazy. Anyway, thought Euro's Malibu for you. End of story. Next story. I didn't tell the kitchen an order was cancelled until after they made it. Part of my job as front of the house in our restaurant is to answer the phone. Get a call from a guy who had just placed a large order and needed it cancelled, and as he's reading me everything he got, all I could think was, well, that sounds good. So I waited until it was done being made, then let a manager know, and the staff ate damn good. We only get 50% off on our meals and our prices are kinda whack, so we all go nuts for anything we can eat for free. To the man who cancelled his order and was extremely apologetic, thank you. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.